came to one of the shows. Said what I had to say.
Hi guys, my name is Amaka. I am the girl that likes to color, and this is Colorful Theories, a show where I have conversations over coloring books with some super dope creators. Today on Colorful Theories, we have Smooth Nature, an R&B group that comes out of Texas that makes music for the real lovers and the real yearners. If you need proof that there is still power in being soft and that real musicianship still exists, then this episode is for you. They just released a single called Hold On, and they have their biggest show yet at 310 in Austin on February 6th. So if you're in the area, this is your time to pull up. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yay! How's everybody doing?
It's good. It's been a beautiful morning. Great to be here. Grateful to be here and everything.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Excited to get in the coloring bag.
All right. So, speaking of the coloring bag, so our illustrator, Julia, made a page for you. She titled it Love Notes because you guys lean into real instrumentation and your songs are all lovey-dovey and stuff. So, we made this page for you. And feel free to color it whatever you like.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit, the world is yours. Okay, so I like to start off the show with a game called Undertones. So it's the psychology behind our favorite colors, right? Because there's three of y'all, we're gonna do it a little different today. I wanna ask y'all, what color do you think represents Smooth Nature the best?
Oh man. I don't know.
I would personally say like a nice amber, like a nice golden, white type stuff. What dealio?
Yeah, I was gonna go like a yellow.
Okay.
You're thinking yellow too, low
Yeah, I'm thinking yellow. Yeah, honestly.
Okay.
That's crazy. We always thinking some type of yellow. I don't know what type of yellow. Not mustard yellow, but
No. He said mustard.
Funny.
But something
like
vibrant.
I completely forgot. We used to have like our whole brain used to be this golden light sunset lamp things.
That's really probably why, honestly.
I feel you.
That's why.
Forgot all about that.
The whole roots.
Okay, so some words associated with the color yellow, amber, gold. So we have like warmth, confidence, faith, success, some positive associations. So what was your favorite we made it moment so far? Or a moment that happened since Smooth Nature came to fruition that is like, oh, okay, we're doing this for real.
I ain't gonna lie, we might have the same one.
Yeah, playing at the
the Recording Academy block party.
That was nice.
I opened for Jessica Simpson. And, we're out there. You got people who done, like, produced for David Bowie and just all the people that, like, if you watch the Grammys, they're the same people that are announcing the people. And it was crazy, bro. But being out there and then being on the stage and just, I don't know, that moment was crazy. Seeing the big Grammy statues and everything, I was like, are we really out here? Like, it was crazy, bro.
No, that's where I met you guys for the first time, too.
Yep,
And I was just like,
I remember.
I like them. They're gonna go far. And then I kept just seeing y'all around at different Grammy and Recording Academy events. I was like, okay, y'all are doing the right things, being around, showing face. Negative words associated with the color yellow can be like a big ego or feeling pressure in certain parts of your life, right? So do you guys in general feel a certain pressure to keep a positive image as you pursue a career in music or a certain type of image?
Yeah, go ahead, Jared. I know you got a lot on your mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like, the image is important and everything. That's people's, that's what's gonna be their first impression of us. And so doing what we can to not only, you know, give y'all that image on stage, but also like within our everyday lives. It can be, you know, it can be a little bit of a, I won't say it's a struggle, but it is something that, you know, you have to work towards, you know. And just, you just can't go out and just not think like, oh, I'm a part of, not, and like just forget that part of your life, because that's also part of your life, being part of Smooth Nature, being a musician, whatever your day job is, because there's been times we've gone out in public and people recognize, oh, hey, I remember you, do you play the saxophone, or are you part of a band and everything? And like, if I'm out and about just acting all any type of way, then it's like, it will also just have a negative effect on the group. Indirectly, even though it's like, okay, yeah, it's me, but then it's like, oh, well, this guy's a part of y'all's group as well, and like he's over here acting like, you know, like he's a Mr. Big Shot, or like he doesn't, like, you know, or doesn't like care, or he doesn't necessarily care about people and everything like that. And so it's just one of those things where it's like that character speaks more volumes than I feel like success ever will. And so just trying to walk in love and everything, and just be loving and caring to everybody that we come across, I feel like it's very important to all of us and everything. Why we so cool with each other and everything, because we just care about people.
Especially having our ladies in our lives and our siblings looking up to us. Yeah, start realizing that you gotta, I mean, we've all been chill for the most part. We never were wild people or anything. Keep it low key. But you realize just how much you don't need to be involved in or need to do out here. To one, be yourself, but also because, again, you got people looking up to you. Like, I don't want my siblings seeing me acting up and going out and doing all these things. I don't want to write songs about certain things because that reflects on, you know, my fiance or his wife, his lady. And so, you know, he ain't about to catch us making no dirty songs, because as soon as they hear that, they're going to be like, oh, his girl did what? Like, no, she didn't do that. Why am I over here writing all that? You know? So it is very important to us, mainly just to make things that are true to us and what we actually feel, not just something to, you know, make people dance or, I mean, obviously we still doing that, but, you know, each of the songs and what we create has a lot of meaning in it, which is why it means so much to us.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you like the pages that we're working on, you can find them on our Etsy for a digital download, and you can color along or on your own time. Now, let's get back to the show. Now we're gonna move on into the main part of the show. We call it Shades of You. I wanna ask you guys questions so I can get to know you guys a little better. So, I know, because I've had a few interactions for you guys, but for the people who may who may be coming across you guys for the first time, how did you guys meet and become Smooth Nature?
I'll start. I don't really remember I met him. He just kind of was there, you know.
All right, bro.
Okay. Bro, just kind of there, you know. Of course, that's my brother.
Okay.
But Gerald,
I went outside the lines.
shoot, he had met Gerald first, but I met Gerald. We were at Dichotomy. We set up a meeting with another guy named Q in Waco, and you know, I was really quiet. I was just hanging out, chilling out. But I was like, Gerald seemed like a cool dude. And he was cool.
What is Dichotomy?
It's like a little coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's in Waco?
You know, hometown coffee shop.
But a very important part to precurse that was we had a lot of growing and development after COVID. Me and De'Arian are very late bloomers in music.
Okay.
You know, we grew up with it and all that. Our mom actually used to be in an R&B group, and they toured the U.S. in the 90s and all that, but she left that life behind. But like I said, grew up in church around musicians and music and singing. But it wasn't until after high school that we really stepped into it, and specifically around COVID. To make a long story short, the wonderful lady in my life, she convinced me to go to my first open mic, and I think it was March 8th, 2021. and was in there the first time I had performed on stage since being in choir and all that. And that was when I saw this dude playing the saxophone, saw this other guy rapping, and I was like, all of this is in Waco? I had no intention of doing anything with music. I was like, oh, I'll go play because it'll be fun. But I saw him, saw Q, and I was like, no, I gotta go talk to these dudes. And that was when we ended up going to this coffee shop, and literally maybe a week later after that meeting, and after that open mic, we had our first live show, and then a week later our next one, and then in May 2021 we had our first show at Smooth Nature, and then we never used that name again until 2023.
Okay. This new song that you guys released, Hold On, the theme that I took from it is you guys being the person that you need to be for your partner. Yes. So you guys mentioned like you guys all have partners in your lives. So
Shout out baby girls.
shout out to them. But when you guys met them, were you the person that they needed like immediately, or did it take time for you to become that person?
I know with me and my girl, we're going on year 6, and we came into each other's lives, I think at a time where we both needed each other. There had been just a lot going on in our separate worlds and a lot that we had done to grow individually, that when we came together, we were able to help find things that we didn't know we needed to work on within each other, and had grace with each other to be able to grow in those different ways while also still growing as individuals. And that slow burn of that whole slowly turned us into who we are today. So yeah, for us at least, it was perfect timing.
Okay, love that.
Same here, you know, me and my girlfriend, we kind of hit it off kind of quick. She came to one of the shows. I said what I had to say.
Hey man,
But no, yeah, man, I mean, we got along pretty quickly. I was like, you cool, you straight.
okay, I love that.
Okay, but hold on. Since he said that, we got to say what he said, how he had to say. My boy Darian walked up like, I just want to let you know.
Nah,
you're very beautiful. Yeah, you did. You ain't got no.
I was just like, I was like,
It's okay if they were your words, bro.
That was over my words. Nah,
Over your words.
That's what Nicole said.
She lying. all I did was I was like, you're Nicole, right? And she's like, and I was like, nice. And then after that, I had to slide to the DMs, you know.
Oh, okay. And then the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
Whatever you do.
Oh yeah.
Love that for you.
That's funny. I would say for me and my wife, whenever I slid into the DMs, I just feel like it was just one of those things where we were kind of made for each other. It's one of the things we have like a lot of similar interests. She's into fitness, I'm also into fitness, and we both have like those introvert tendencies. I feel like we're more introverts, but as well as we're very also outgoing, or can be outgoing at the same time. And yeah, I don't know. It was just a match made in heaven, honestly. It's kind of I don't know about like needing each other. I feel like we didn't necessarily like need each other. We were like in the beginning, we're trying to like, okay, figure each other out. Okay. Like, what's this person's interest and everything? Because if it's good, that's cool. If not, it is what it is. We're gonna keep it pushing and everything like that. I don't feel like we were both necessarily looking or like craving or felt like the need to have a relationship, but we knew that that was something that obviously relationship and community is important. And so that's something that we both value. And so once we got to chopping up and talking and dating and everything like that, we were like, okay, you have all these qualities that I want to, that I can see myself building with and being with, you know, forever and everything. And so I feel that was one of the things that just led us to being like, okay, you have what I need, and then you got what I need. You got what I need, I got what you need. And so, yeah. I guess to answer your question, yeah, we did. We were what we needed, but at the same time, it wasn't like we was. I'm itching. I need this. But I'm glad that it was something. I'm glad she is that person, though. I will say that. Very
I
grateful.
needed her, but I didn't need her, but I needed her.
You get it. You get it.
I get what you mean.
How did you guys navigate just dating and relationships in general before you found your person? Like what? How did you go through that journey?
Me personally, man, Kiera is my first relationship
Oh wow. Okay.
and only relationship.
Okay.
But what's it called? I was always like a, one lady type of dude. So I'd have a crush on somebody. That's what I was pursuing. I didn't have the energy to be talking to multiple people.
True.
Never could do that. I just like, look, I got school or I got work. So that's the person I like. If it don't work, it don't work. And then it would be months before I tried to go talk to somebody else. I was just very much, I don't know, had a lot going on. So it wasn't something, I mean, it was something I wanted, but, I wasn't tripping. And so when it came to around 2018, 2019, I was like, I'm going to stop looking. I'm just going to focus on me and live life. And that was when I was able to do a lot of self-reflecting and healing and maturing, which allowed me to grow in a lot of ways that made room for somebody to come into my life that would be something serious. And so after doing all that, Miss Kiera came into my life. And yeah, it literally happened so quick, y'all. Like when I tell y'all within, like I was a trainer at Chick-fil-A, and so I knew her. I was one of the people that trained her. And
Y'all met at Chick-fil-A.
She was
Very
working.
cute.
Oh, thank you. little chicken love story, but yeah, I wasn't looking for anything, and we had hung out. The reason it even happened is because our head trainer, my homie Jay, was like, "Hey, I need y'all to like hang out with each of your trainees, get closer. Chick-fil-A wants to do this because it'll help people get closer, right?" So I had hung out with each of the trainees, but Kiera specifically, it was just different. And long story short, here we are, about to be married.
Love that.
Wow.
Love
Y'all
that.
hung out outside of work? Like, not that you and care, but like, other trainees. That's funny.
I did not enjoy that. I enjoyed time with her though.
Yeah, no, I guess, I'm glad that worked out, but that's funny though. I would say me personally, I feel like I've always been like a relationship type of dude. Now, there was periods of time, middle school, high school, it's like you hearing people, brag about being in relationships and everything like that, or getting girls and everything. And I feel like in high school, I did not hit my peak. I did not have the hair.
Had a glow up.
Your boy, he had to have a little glow up. I wasn't like nobody's first pick. I get roasted though. They be like, "Hey, you want to be with him?" Him. Like, bro, what? That shit hurt my feelings are hurt, man. I'm like, dang, not him. Gerald. Nah. But
Gerald.
but nah, I feel like my younger days was, I did have like, a girlfriend in college, high school, college, and all through those different periods of my life and everything. It was one of the things where I feel like I was personally misguided by, I guess, the culture of being a guy and trying to get a lot of girls and everything. And so that was something that I had to like, work through and deal with. And honestly, it's not what all it's like chalked up to be, just being that guy, honestly, that can get a lot of girls, because I feel like that was just, honestly, a more stressful life. It was like, I don't know, it just wasn't as fulfilling as, people was making it out to be and everything. And so while I did have a season of that, but that was more like in between of, I guess you could say, being in like committed relationships and everything. But within those prior relationships, I was still growing, still learning. Of course, I was doing my best to love and to show that in the best way that I can. Put on your wit as well. Other people have things that they have to work on as well. And so just kind of navigating where you are and your, I guess you could say, emotional maturity. And I guess kind of matching that with somebody else's, that kind of like, that gave me things to figure out like, okay, this person was not for me or is not meant for me. Even though it's like, I thought that was something that I wanted to pursue. I thought that was the person that I wanted to be with, but it's one of the things where, yeah, this isn't it. So whenever I got done with those relationships and got done with that period of time, I did take time. I did work on myself as well. And like, you know what, I'm gonna get closer to God for real. Grew up in the church, of course, but it's like, that was not something that, I feel like it wasn't all me. I was going through the motions. And so whenever I locked in with God and everything, I feel like, okay, I feel like you about ready now. You finally got your head right, everything.
Okay.
And so whenever I got my mind right, my priorities in order, everything, you know, it just kind of led me to my wife and everything.
Okay.
Nice. And for me, same boat as them, you know, not much success before my
Glow up.
my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. My bad, bro.
Before I glow up.
Glow up. Hey,
Come on, that's two. But yeah, he's like, our parents, you know, they always taught us like to date to marry and like not just to date in vain. So I've just taken that and just been like, you know, because at this point it's like, dang, like the person you pick is the most important. That's one of the most important decisions you can make. They can make or break you. They can make or break you. You could be stuck with somebody you don't like. You know, got a kid. You know, you like.
That's true.
But if you really sit down, try and, you know, take the time to find somebody that first goes with you, because I'm glad too. Like, man, I'm glad I wasn't just dating people because I needed somebody who was like, because it goes with my personality. Thankfully, I found somebody like that. So, oh yeah.
Hold on. What is something that you've learned from your partners now that changed or informed how you love and show up in relationships or for another person?
Being patience and being understanding, especially because, you know, people are so different. We are so different. And, you know, there's a lot of things that are more important to her than to me and vice versa. And so being able to learn to live with each other's differences and be supportive in them and understanding of them, even if you don't understand them, if that makes sense, you know? It's like, I know this is something she needs. I was telling De'Arian today, I was like, look, I know this is going to sound silly to you, but ask her to be your Valentine. It sounds silly, y'all together, and you would think it's automatic, but no, bro, just ask her, and I promise you, it'll be worth it, you know? And so that's just a very mild example. But, you know, just being understanding that we are very different, and all I can do is cater to her the best way that I can, and vice versa, and just learn to be understanding and patient with the differences, and learning in every moment.
Yeah, I feel like I learned that in a healthy relationship, your partner will tell you how to love them, you know? And it may sound, I don't know, odd to some people, because I feel like being in relationships where people wanted you to like read their mind. But in a healthy relationship, your partner's gonna tell you what they want and what makes them feel special, everything. I feel like that's how it should be. That it takes away the guessing game. And if you love and do care about this person, you're going to rise to the occasion. And so big on communication and just, you know, just taking the time to like just listen and everything. Sometimes you don't have to do anything really big. Sometimes it just takes small moments, just small periods a day, whether it's just after work, after workout or whatever, just to just be present and just listen. And so really, I think what my wife has been teaching me is just to really just slow down sometimes and just be in the moment. Because I feel like I get to a point where I get the gap and I get stuck on a subject.
Okay.
And I'm going, my mind is going and everything, my thoughts are going. And so I have a lot of things to say. And sometimes it does like, let me finish what I got to say, like irk me a little bit. But it's like, you know what, you got a point. Let me just, like we did earlier, breathe. And then, you know what I'm saying, just be present in that moment, just really just slow down, because there really is no rush, you know what I'm saying, to like the, I guess you could say, love and everything. It's going to happen, or I'm only saying anything that you're going for in life, but it's going to happen in the time that it's going to happen. And so just being present in those moments, even though they may be small or short, can have very, very big impact.
Honestly, what they said is really good. You know, that's you know, patience. That's a big thing that I've learned. Not only patience with like learning how to communicate, because communication sometimes just goes bigger than just, you know, what we say and what you do. It goes into how you are able to accommodate your partner and like what they're telling you that they like and that they don't like, and that you take into that, and you always remembering that. Like they say, they don't like they don't like mayo on their bread. I ain't gonna put it on there for you. I'll make you a sandwich. You ain't got no mayo on it. But yeah, just being able to, you know, take the time to really learn how someone else is and learn their weaknesses, understand my strengths and weaknesses. You know,
For you guys, I know just self-improvement and wanting to be better is a big focal point. So heading into a brand new year, what part do you think is the smoothest about the group? Like, oh, we got this down pat. And what's something that y'all would like to grow a little bit more on?
I would say our stage presence.
Okay. I
For
would
the
agree.
first part of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes, y'all do.
also our stage presence. Because yes, it's nice and it's cool, and I'm like, okay, I like how we doing the thing. But it can be much more than that, you know? And I don't even just mean like being more performative, being more authentically ourselves as we're performing, really breaking the shell, but also how we are connecting with the audience and really bringing value to the shows for the audience. Not just like, hey, look at us, we're being cool, but people actually getting something more out of it. Like Daniel Caesar can sit there in a chair and sing in this beautiful tone and everybody crying. You know what I mean? It's like all the flashiness is cool, but how can we really captivate and bring value for people beyond something that's just cool? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like really providing an experience, like on a deeper level, I feel is something. I know we do a really good job of providing that experience that does look good on cameras and everything like that, but we want to provide I feel like we want to provide an experience that's like going to look and feel good, like within people's hearts and like minds and everything. It's like, yes, you came to our show, you saw some cool things, but it's like, how did you feel after that, you know? Or you felt moved to be a little bit more loving and kind to someone, to your significant other, or to even someone you don't even know? Are you feel empowered to handle different situations that life, you know, brings you? And really wanting to tap into that and just really pull on heartstrings is just something that I feel like I want to do more this year.
Y'all want people crying in the crowd and stuff?
oh yeah, crying, dancing.
All that.
I think the smoothest thing about what we do is our ability to communicate, because I don't know about all three of us. Well, we all can't. If it was just one of us alone, we can't keep a conversation going. There's gonna be times where it's gonna be quiet.
I'll think about that too.
That's true.
But when all three of us are together, we're able to, you know, wherever we are, wherever we're doing, able to, you know, help keep people engaged, just with whatever the conversation may be, just be, or yeah. And what I think we could do better, same part, stage presence. You know, not just taking the shows to a whole nother level to where like every time, like to where every show is like its own special, unique thingy. And like every time people come see us, like we do a new intro, we go into each of the songs differently. We play different things on each of the songs. So every time you're seeing us, you're like, man, I the same stuff, the same songs I'm hearing, but every time I go, it's so different, but also very familiar.
Okay.
Look at us on the same page. I see.
The last part of the show, I call it outside of the lines. So risky topics, hot takes, thinking outside the box. For you guys, I would like to hear some superlatives on your group dynamics, right? So who would you say is the biggest lover boy out of the three of you?
I have no clue.
I ain't gonna lie. I would. Look, this is gonna sound silly, but I'm gonna have to say it's a tie in our own ways.
Wow, okay.
We all show it differently, especially for our ladies, but like, we all are, bro.
I'll say you the biggest lover boy, bro.
Shut up.
That's all you do is talk about my lady, my lady. No offense, no
help
offense,
it,
Karen.
baby.
I'm just saying.
She make the songs come out like bing, bang, boom.
That's true.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I was trying to steer it away from me.
That's what you're trying to do.
No, be who you are.
No.
Be who you are. It's okay.
But yeah.
Who takes the longest to write a verse?
Me.
No.
We still got like 2-3 songs in these race.
That's me for sure, 100%.
By the 24th, so.
Bro, that is next week, bro.
Why do you think that is?
Why do you think that? Man, see, me,
You be doing everything else, but that's what it is.
that too. But see, I have to be like in the space.
Okay.
I have to be, because usually I'll write something and be like, nah, it's not working. And then, but over time, as that time keep clicking down.
Day before.
That's when you really feel it, you know, when you really
need
able
that
to sit down
pressure.
and be like,
He's like, I got it, guys.
when you're able to sit down with your instrument, or you just sit down in the room and turn on the lights and turn off the lights, turn on the light, and really just get into the space of like, what is a song about? How can I write it in the context? Because usually he's the one who's the songwriter pumping out the songs. So I'm usually like trying to write in a way that can stand up in what he's already done.
Okay.
Secondly, to hold up, you know, be at least slightly as good, you know. Sometimes he be spitting on the track.
Yeah,
like,
you know,
I gotta come in and
Look, the hearing may take forever to the day of, but this is where the understanding comes in, because all the verses do be fire.
see. I gotta,
So-
you gotta,
Love that.
I gotta.
Love that.
Sometimes I just
You know,
gotta
Rome
hold
wasn't
on.
built in a day. Like, gotta give it some time, let it marinate. One last question. Finish the sentence. Being a good man means blank.
Standing up for what's right.
Okay. Fair.
Being a good man means serving.
Just serving.
You gotta serve. It's not all about being in charge, being a leader and everything, but you have to, I feel like, lead through like your servitude and everything.
And I would say it is being vulnerable and understanding.
Can we show the class what we made? Okay, look. Yay. I like everybody's.
She lying.
No, my gosh. Okay, but okay, so Marvin, I like yours. I like the little stars that you added here. I was inspired by you on the orange on the staff, so I added the green on mine here. But you know, yes, I added some little lines on my rings. Gerald, you joined us eventually.
Yeah.
No, take your time though. Great things take time. Great things take time. Love this here. And
Nothing crazy.
yay.
Okay.
I like, there's a little smiley face here.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I knew someone was gonna notice it.
Oh wow.
It's the little things.
That was one of my last touches. I was like,
It's the little things. It's the little
a
things.
little swoop and a whoop.
Well, thanks guys for hanging out with me for a little bit on this lovely
Well, thank you for having me.
afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Make sure that you listen to their new single, Hold On, wherever you like to listen to your music. If you reside in Austin, get your tickets for their show at 310. Bring your boo. Come by yourself. Come find your boo. You know, lovely things can happen.
you
Anything
never
can
know.
happen.
Never know what can happen to smooth nature. So.
Well, this was another episode of Colorful Theories. Make sure that you like this podcast, comment on the show, share the podcast with a friend, and follow us on Instagram at Colorful Theories. But yeah, man, we'll see you next time with some more Colorful Theories. Okay, bye.